take lunch. People use the internet more often than before. In particular, social media have been a highly significant role in connecting ideas and people from and around the globe. However, when we are enjoying the conveniences of information life, we are also facing the certain potential risks at the same time. Without a doubt, we also encounter problems and negative aspects of social media misuses, such as cyberbullying and fake news. As you can see in this chart, cyberbullying is one of the most frequent problems that occur on social media. The number can be almost reach 65%. Therefore, social media can be regarded as the weapons at our fingertips.
Do you guys think seeing is believing or seeing is not always
the message they send? Second, they feel a fraud on social media. Third, they feel sick when seeing something they didn't want to see.
Even though we try not to encounter difficulties with SMS
and women. Now, most people are using some kind of SNS. Many people have suffered from slanders and bullying. We should try to be very careful in using SNS.
Excuse me. Do you have a minute?
Yes.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
What kind of SNS do you often use?
I often use LINE, Twitter, Instagram.
Have you ever had good experience with SNS?
Yes, I have. It was this year when the lockdown happened. Each and every one of my friends greeted me on my birthday, and it made me feel really happy.
Have you ever had bad experience with SNS?
Yes, I have. I've been contacted by someone I don't know, and my personal information has revealed, and I'm scared of it.
These are results of a questionnaire about the good and bad experiences that my classmates experienced on SNS. The most common experience was getting a birthday celebration. Second, they got a lot of likes on social media. Third, they could meet many good friends through social media. Next, about the bad experiences. The most common experiences was that people read and ignored the message they sent. Second, they felt a fraud on social media. Third, they felt sick when seeing something they didn't want to see.
Even though we try not to encounter difficulties with SNS, especially young people have had a cruel experience. Have you ever watched a TV show called Terrace House? This is a reality show that records how several men and women share house. Netflix describes the show as 6 strangers share a fabulous house in Tokyo, looking for love while living under the same roof. With no script, what happens next is all up to them.
Hana Kimura, a 22-year-old female professional wrestler, had been the target of cyberbullying and was among 6 members of Terrace House Tokyo 2019 to 2020. After the episode, which she lost her temper, she began receiving tweets including some saying, "Everybody will be happy if you are gone quickly," and never appear on TV again. She had posted a picture of herself and a cat with the message, "I love you, please live a long and joyful life." I'm sorry on Instagram. Shortly before her death was confirmed at a hospital on May 23rd, she chose to be killed herself after being targeted by cyberbullying.
Now let's show you guys our own example.
Welcome back to CNN. My name is Cindy. Here come another news. Today, we are notified that Goshen student abusing dogs. What's happened? Now, let's hear what I said.
Hey student, someone told us you are hurting a dog. Is that true?
No, it's not true. I was just playing with the puppy. I didn't hurt it. Why is everyone trying to attack me? And you guys didn't know what had happened. And then you just put it on social media. You are making everyone misunderstand me.
Thank you. Let's hear how the student feel about the accident and what's her idea. Welcome.
I think you guys need to gather information on the news before you report. The student was playing with the dog, but some people didn't see the process. They just see the part of the event. Then they put the photo on the internet and said that our school student is abusing the dog. This would make some innocent people get hurt.
Thank you. Yes, I see. So we can collaborate for them and give them a chance to explain what's happening.
How to prevent this problem is before you report the news, you have to find out the truth and try to figure out the whole process.
From both teenagers' experience and the shocking news.
We hope that every person creates a world which no one won't be suffered from cyberbullying and killed by words through the SNS.
It is not so difficult to improve the problems caused by social media.
If we could pay more attention to the information on the internet and use social media more carefully,
then we can make it a great tool to keep in touch with our friends, instead of making it an invisible weapon at our fingertips.
Okay.
Jamada KGHS これどの一応
Let's go. Hello, we are the students from Gushan High School. Now we are going to answer a question from Osaka City Higashi High School. Our opinion, we will use the fingertips as a keyword is because whenever you type the word or give a stamp on the net, you might hurt someone invisible. So that's why we use the fingertips as a keyword.
Let me see some question. Go 看一下。And I want to answer the question on the 8A14 question. And as the question said, can you explain the reason why people often attack to social media? And I think because the social media is a tool in now, and because we shouldn't see everybody on time. So we also use social media to send a message, and also, and we also think and we also write something on social media. That's why we use social media more often than before. Question?
We will answer KGHS. Through the SNS, a friend called me a comment. That's all.
Okay.